missed him. How in the world did that happen?
That is extreme agility by a former football player. That looked like he was heading into the secondary and evaded the free safety.
A good look there at the familiar ivy-covered walls of Wrigley Field on the north side of Chicago. And before we get on with things here this evening, a look at the two starting lineups we'll see featured tonight. Numbers over the course of the past 10 ball games. And he gets some pretty good wood on it here as this is lifted to fairly deep left. And he will get there to make the running play, and that Chris Miller will stand in, and you see there. Here's the first pitch now from Anderson. Now here's his swing, and a ball hit well out there toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. He'll take the turn and head for second, and he'll round it and try for third. And he will make it up to third base, as that is a gift there off of what was a terrible throw.
You talk about flying. With his speed, he doesn't need a coach. Not even going to look at him. He's made his mind up when he hits second. I'm not stopping. I'm getting to third.
Stand in. An RBI double to his credit the first time around. And this ball's hit pretty well, high and deep to straightaway left. Oh, and it eats him up a bit.
Lack of effort.
Here's Arenado with a drive. Well hit to left and deep. And he will run this one down. A good read off the bat for the second out. Here it comes. Hit high and deep out to left field. And he will get there as he had to cover a lot of ground to make that. Chris Miller. 1-1 on the way. Now here's a ball hit hard on the ground to second. On to first, and the Cubs squander what looked like a good opportunity. Chris Miller will come in now to begin their head.
And that's certainly not going to be enough to get the job done. And as the scoreboard bears out, if they want to get back in this game, I think this is the inning.
Out of here! So they narrow the gap, and hey, don't count these guys out just yet. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 17 for him on the season as the lead is cut to 4.
And you know, the only way you're going to tie this guy up on the inner half is if you go up and in. If you leave it belt high, he can handle that pitch, and he handled that one all right. They're not home yet, but certainly this has been a much better performance than we've seen out of them for a while now. So all signs seem to be pointing to a potential victory.
Miller will settle under it to make the play for the first out.
Protect the plate, and you can see this ball's not even in.
Castro waits on deck. Well hit high in the air and deep to center field. Catch made in straightaway center as the runner tags from second. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. Chris Miller. And here's ball 4 now on the intentional walk. So that'll set up the double play possibility. Ready with the 2-1. Wide hard to center field. And a diving effort in center, but it's going to skip right on by him. Around third and being waved on home. Tying run headed home. And the runner will score from second. And the Cubs will win this ball game in walk-off style. Well, a pretty good offensive show of force in this one. Probably at least a couple of players deserving. But, gentlemen, let's go ahead and give this man the nod as our top player of the game.
In the alley. And how about the appreciation from these fans? A spectacular catch. With everyone standing at Dodger Stadium, Kershaw pitches. Carpenter swings and hits a drive. Right center field. It's in the gap. And it's down off the wall. Molina scores. Adams scores.
It's been 100 years of baseball and counting at this place. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Do get the assignment here.
Puck would give your cleanup guy a chance to bat here in the first with a couple of men on.
And he takes ball 4, so here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, the throw, and he is out at second. Caught stealing. Second now from Wrigley with no score. 1-2. Pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed for strike three as they'll need to throw to first here. And the throw is in time. It's a strike at fifth. He takes it to the opposite field, high and deep to left. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first. Now the pitch. And this is hit weakly in fair territory up the line. And he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are two away now. Chris Miller, the 1-1 home. Here's a hard-hit ball back up the middle. There to field it is Tulowitzki. Throw on to first gets him, and that means the Cubs are down to their...
For the fourth consecutive year, they are champions of the American League Central Division. 2-1. That is into left field.
So we're going to see a pinch hitter here with the bases empty. And now a pitch on the way. Fastball, strike three called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are two away.
Series win for the San Francisco Giants for the third time in the...
From one of the more hitter-friendly yards in the big leagues, a look at Great American Ballpark. And before we get on with things here this evening, a look at the two starting lineups we'll see featured tonight. Chris Miller will come ready with the 2-1. Swinging a liner back through the box. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with two men out.
Boy, we always talk about pitch speeds from pitchers. How hard are they throwing the ball? How hard was that ball hit back up the middle? Way harder than... You gotta remember, the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner up.
Meanwhile, this ball is into right center, and that ought to be good enough for extra bases. Around third and being waved on home. And the run will score. Chris Miller. And the pitch. And this is hit well towards the hole. Oh, he gets a glove on it here to knock it down. And he knows the speed heading down the line, so he won't even risk the throw, and that should go down as an infield single.
Yeah, I think this has got to be an infield single. You see the reaching attempt there at short. Even if he fields this ball cleanly, there's no guarantee they were going to get him at first, and this is indeed going to be...
Chris Miller.
Get yourself into good hitters count. This is just right down the middle on 2-0, and swinging at this should be your reward, but he decides to let it go.
And now he has some trouble with it in center.
He's coming, gotta move.
And he is into second with a double, his third hit of the night. So a two-out double here gives him some new life here in this fifth.
So far, maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
High in the air and deep down the left field line. And he will get there to make the running catch as that ball hung up just a little bit too long.
Not shown up yet. Like you say, you got the bases loaded. You just wonder how many more of these opportunities.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that number 7. Chris Miller will come for.
Hey, let's turn this.
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. Oh, now a ground ball here to the right side, and that's going to find its way into right field. A base hit. In to score easily is the runner from third, and the lead will swell to 3 now in the 7th inning.
Oh, just a great approach there to get him an RBI on the base hit. And with the way their guys throwing the ball, 3 runs might be enough to do it.
Here it comes. Swung on and hit in the air to left. Miller is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
On a 3-hit shutout this late in the ballgame.
2-2. Pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed for strike 3 as they'll need to throw to first here. Throw to first will take care of him. Score it 2 base on balls his last time. And that's lifted in the air out toward left. Miller is there, and quickly 2 are gone here, and it's not looking good for the home.
In Dodger history, a no-hitter. The 11th no-hitter in Los Angeles Dodger history. The first since Hideo Nomo in 1996. Josh Beckett, a no-hitter.
0-2 coming. Swing.
Good look there at the replica smokestacks above Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. And before we close in on first pitch, a look at the starting lineups here for the finale. Chris Miller will stand in for the first. Now here's the first pitch. Swinging a hard hit ball down the line in right. And this is going to be a fair ball as it'll head to the corner.
Well, he was definitely not looking off speed on that pitch. I'll tell you what, he had to be sitting on that one because it's coming in hot, and he still manages to get out in front of that and yank it for 2 bases.
Goes down to get this thing as this is lifted in the air to straightaway left. Miller is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first.
Jumping off his back. He's got a good pitch to hit right here.
Now the pitch. Swing and a ground ball towards the hole.
Dig, 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 dig.
And oh, no chance bravado there. It's over his head. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
Just an airmail shot that time. The pickup's good, but this ball just sails straight over his head at first base. Good effort to try and go up and get it, but this is well out of his reach.
Now the payoff pitch home. Swing and a hot shot toward third. And that is a fair ball as this one's heading for the left field corner. And another runs across as this is now a 4-0 ball game. And Chris Miller, pitch on the way. Now here's a ground ball that'll get by the mound and into center field for a leadoff single. Nobody out. Chris Miller. The 1-1 home. Swing hard liner to left center. And that's a base hit.
Yeah, he's swinging a pretty hot bat here. 3 for 4 now after the base hit. That wasn't a little bleeder. That ball was smoked.
Comes a 1-2. Swung on and hit in the air out toward left. Miller will drift over to his right a few steps as he takes it for the second out. His 2 trips so far. And now this is swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away here. Payoff pitch coming. And he takes ball 4, so he's on. And as you know, that often means the steal could.
3 consecutive years in the postseason for the Oakland A's. And again the 2-2. Popped him up. Foul.
Just a few miles off the shores of Lake Michigan, we're at Miller Park in Milwaukee. And before we get too much further, here's a look at each manager's starting lineup here for the opener. Chris Miller. They come in off another victory last time out, and now they're winners of 8 of their last 9 ball games.
And it's a good position to be in. You've been playing good baseball, now you get to come home.
Chris Miller. Hughes ready with the 2-2. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now. Chris Miller.
It's like he's aiming the baseball now instead of just letting it go.
And he misses there for ball 4, so runners are at first and second now. He has flied out and singled so far. Now a swing and a bouncing ball toward the hole. Oh, in trouble for Sandoval. And now this ball's going to wind up out of play. Chris Miller. Oh, and this just jumps off the bat here as this is to deep straightaway right field, and you can pretty much forget about this one. That is a long home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. Number 18 for him on the campaign, as this is now a 5-run cushion.
How's this for a welcome to the ball game? 1 pitch and see you later. I've got a feeling that's not what the manager had in mind.
Runners lead from first and third. Here's the pitch. And that's lifted in the air out toward left. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends start inning number 7. Chris Miller will stand in yet again as we flash you back to the middle innings. This was a turning point here, a solo home run that was really one of the key at-bats of the ballgame to this point. Ready with the 2-1. Opposite field to left, and that's in there, base hit. And they'll quickly get it in here to hold that runner at third base. Now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get you up. 3-1 on the way. And he misses with it for ball 4, so the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
And the Giants, once again, win a game in a very unusual way as this crowd goes crazy.
To center. Hicks, feet from home plate, hauls it in. What a great catch by Aaron Hicks. Salvador Perez, the 2-2. Popped up, Sandoval, in foul territory.